The Forge is actually doing it. The Forge is adding the Heavenite Pickaxe, which we have gotten so many teasers for. And I'm going to be showing you everything you need to do to prepare and everything we know about the Heavenite Pickaxe so far, as well as when it was confirmed, what we know, and just everything in regards to that. So yeah. Anyways, guys, before I get into this video, if you want to have a chance to be entered in my Game Pass giveaway, all you guys need to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and make sure you hype the video as you can see on screen. Make sure you guys go ahead and do that, and you guys will be entered. On screen are a couple winners from our last videos, so make sure you do enter up. You guys have 7 days to enter. Anyways, let's get back in the video. Let us not waste any more time, and let's get right into the video. Now, we know that in the last update, there was the new pickaxe added in this cave, which I still have not gotten because I don't know. I can't bring myself to go grind and do this. I don't know. But yeah, if we go in here, you'll see that there is a new pickaxe. We've already talked about this before, but I want to show you why this is important, I guess. So I still have the prismatic pickaxe, which this one is basically the exact same as the new one that's in here, except it has 100 less damage. So I'm assuming the Heavenite will have at least 1,000 damage. I'm calling it the Heavenite Pickaxe. It could be called the Heavenly Pickaxe, the Heaven Pickaxe. We don't know what the name is yet, but it could be any of those, and I do think it will be called Heavenite, but again, I could be completely wrong. It may be something completely different, but I'm assuming it's going to have at least 1,000 damage. Now, we do have some leak. I wouldn't say screenshots because they're AI generated and they're not the actual like original, but the one leaked on TikTok had like 1,000 damage. The leaked screenshot, which again, this was fake. Keep in mind, this was originally fake, but the developers tried to actually turn this into a real thing just because so many people hyped it and so many people liked it. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you basically everything we know about this. So if you go to the Roblox page, you're going to see this new thing called the Hidden Maze on the Forge. I'm going to go ahead and click notify. I should already be notified, but make sure to sign up for that. But they're adding, as you can see in this picture, it looks like the Heavenite Pickaxe. And the interesting thing about this is that it's actually in a cave. So if you look at this, there's a cave right here. Now, that's interesting because if we head all the way out into the main world, there's a cave that we haven't been able to go into the entire time. And I did, get interested and try to explore it, but I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So if we run all the way over back to spawn, as you guys can see, we're all the way over here at spawn. You can see that there's actually going to be another island. So this is not it. This is the island I'm talking about. And what's interesting about this island is it looks identical to the one in the thumbnail because it is. So that's what it looks like. And then this is what it actually is. As you can see, it's the exact same thing. So from what we know, it's going to be inside of this cave, which makes sense because so far this cave has been pretty much pointless. I mean, there's not really anything you can do here. So it says point of no return. You jump down this, you swim down, you can't really see anything. You fall down into this cave and there's pretty much nothing here. And then you just get teleported out. So we know for a fact that is going to be in that cave, but what should you do to prepare? What do we need to know? Well, from the AI leaked screenshots, which again are not 100% accurate, it said it was going to sell for 1.1 million, which obviously means it's worth way more than that, but I do think it's going to cost a lot more. Now, another thing to note is that the developers are doing a bunch of other bugs, quality of life changes, making forging easier and all that in this next update. Let me really quickly go find this. So the very first thing I want to talk about is the fact that they are going to basically end the Christmas update because I guess it's still in game if you guys want to go ahead and do this. If you head over to Santa, it looks like it's still here. So yeah, you guys will have a full another, it looks like, if I'm right, day. I mean, it may be week. I think it's day though. A full another day. So yeah, they did extend it a little bit. And then another thing is up here. This is kind of the juicy details. We've been listening to your feedback and frustration with the last updates, and we really want to thank you for staying with us, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're kind of just yapping here. So this is what we need to look at. A new recycling system where you can repurpose your old items and recover new ores that you're forging. This will require some gold and give back 50% of the ores you used to craft the items. Since we didn't have a system to track the ores used on the forge per weapon previously, all crafted items before this will use the optimal ore amount to calculate the return. Decreased RNG around forging, a new way to lock the forge item using blueprints. You can forge specific types of equipment using these consumable blueprints. And then we have new low graphic settings, and they're also going to work on balancing it more so that way it's less grindy and more engaging. So then we also have this leak that they've gone ahead and posted, which I have talked about in some shorts, and I think I posted on my community about, but yeah, it's a new maybe boss. He has some sort of pickaxe. So it looks like there's going to be a decent amount of content here in this next update. Just from those two different screenshots we have, this looks like the same crystals in that underground cave that we already took a look at earlier in the video. So that could definitely have something to do with this cave over here. And I do think to some extent, definitely, to say the least. And if we take a look a little bit further back, you can see that the original update was just the part 1 of the update. Obviously, we've gotten a lot more content since then. That secret cave right there, and then obviously this entire island over here, this underground world that we can go into. Now, I do need to take a look around this to make sure we're not missing anything in regards to this next update. But yeah, make sure you have a lot of money because it's going to probably be pretty annoying quest to go ahead and complete. I don't know if they're going to make it more interactive, because I feel like a lot of the quests so far have just been, you know, grinding for stuff and not actually, not like, I don't know, like fish, you had to do different things. Like you had to grind some, but then there's also things that you had to find around the map. There were like, I don't know, it wasn't just mining. There was other interactive things you need to do as part of the quest that wasn't just mining, which I feel like is what made it really work, I guess. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about really quickly, this is kind of off topic, but it's kind of important, is the parallels between this game and the Heavenite or the Heavenly Rod was in a frozen cave just like this one. Obviously, it was a huge mountain update. It was in the Northern Expedition update, but it looks, I don't know, it's so similar. It's actually weird because obviously we have the Heavenite Pickaxe in here and we also have the Heavenly Fishing Rod. Now, obviously, this is going to be underground, I'm assuming. So it's not like we have to climb to the top of the mountain to get the pickaxe like we did in Fish, where we had to climb to the top to get fishing rod. But I mean, you guys kind of see, it's kind of interesting, the parallels that, you know, that are in the game or whatever. But yeah, that is the information we have as of right now. I'm going to check really quick and make sure it's not anything I skipped over. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. I mean, other than obviously all that update stuff. So yeah, to prepare for this, I would just highly recommend making sure you have a lot of money. You've done a lot of your quests. You have a good pickaxe. Make sure you have a good pickaxe, good sword, and good armor before you go and do this. At least something with lifesteal on it, preferably. That way you can actually survive a little bit. I don't have that much lifesteal. I also don't do that much damage, so I don't heal that much, but make sure you go ahead and get this as quickly as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Please make sure to leave a like. We're on the road to 250,000 subscribers, so if you subscribe, that also means the world, and I'll see you guys in the next video.